And good evening. Welcome to the recap of game number 6. Oh, we're trying new lights.
Oh my God, look how...
Don't like those lights.
As you can tell, I'm still fired up about the rental car. It is still not to our liking, an enterprise rent-a-car. We're going to visit your Arizona location tomorrow, and I'm hopeful that our customer experience will be better than it was today.
I feel like we're going to visit a few of your Arizona locations tomorrow, just to make sure we get what we need.
Anyway, to the game.
Sorry.
Game 6 is in the books.
Yes.
We are 1/5, numbers guy, 1/5 through our trip.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, it feels like we have so far to go. Oh, man.
Don't think about it like that.
Literally and figuratively.
Like that. Don't think about it like that, man.
Okay, so I think the biggest thing that we talked about before the game that was proven to be correct was what?
The age of the stadium is what I was
The age of the stadium. Well, yes, it was old.
It was the age and the capacity were the two big things, right?
Yes. Huge. We didn't actually get the final attendance number, but
no.
Even at, it seemed,
a lot of people.
Yeah, there was a lot of people there. There were a lot of people there.
It was a reason for that.
I mean, 35 plus.
Minimum, yeah, I would say, yeah.
And the fans were great, right?
Fans were phenomenal. They were into the game starting in the first inning.
Right off the bat, man.
Yeah.
They did not let up the whole time.
Yeah. Now, I think a lot of that was helped by the fact that we were sitting in the the top deck, which was, the fans up there were phenomenal. They were great.
Well, we heard from several people that are Dodgers staff members that is where the true fans sit, because that is where your cheapest tickets are. So the people that are true Dodger fans go there and sit there. And by the way, I mean, we tweeted it out, but you have to be some sort of sage or detective or I'm not sure whom to read the ticket menu and the different tiers of pricing that they have at different games for the Dodger games. It was ridiculous. Yes. I could stare at that thing for the better part of an hour, and I don't think I could tell you exactly what each game is or why.
It was very, very intricate.
It was.
Which I guess leads us to
well, I mean,
Tim.
Also let's talk about.
Go for it.
I mean, the upper deck. So we get in and we get these top deck seats. And these top deck seats, like we talked about before the game, it was very true. The ushers, while polite, were very strict. There was an usher everywhere. There was somebody everywhere that said you could or could not go somewhere.
Yes.
And because we had top deck seats, the entire stadium, even though we were trying to document, we weren't trying to do anything. Heck, even if we just wanted to buy food from their vendors, we're trying to give you money. No, you can't go, sorry.
No.
Nope, can't go. It wasn't even like school where they gave you a hall pass, which, by the way, we were told when we got there that they were going to give you food passes.
Yeah, but they've done away with the food passes this year.
Okay,
nobody told the ticket guy, though.
Yeah, nobody told the ticket guy. So then, okay, let's say I can't even get to the lower decks to document or let alone give you revenue. So now we're relegated to these upper decks. And the upper decks, while giving you this great view of the ravine and of the city on the other side even, that was really cool, they limit what you can do, and it was very not updated. It was very harsh. It felt very Coliseum-esque with the concourses and everything. Very plain,
a lot of concrete,
right? Yeah. And it felt very old. And so we were up there. We're like, oh, this stadium, okay, whatever. Well, thankfully, because of some of our followers.
Oh no!
We're one takers, right? We only do one take, so
just keep it going.
Despite the fact
it was an earthquake. It was an earthquake.
Okay.
That's what it was. Yeah, it's California.
Anyway, so one of the things we'll touch on later is the fact that we have this great Twitter following now. But because of that, we ended up kind of getting this golden ticket, if you will. That one of the Dodger staff members was like, hey, why don't you guys come down and see the lower decks and document it? And because we got that treatment, we went down and it's a caste system. It made me feel like I was in feudal times where we were the peasants. We were the serfs sitting up top, and there was a ruling class beneath us, Brian.
Well, we are in California, so the serf would be good.
Fair. There was a ruling class beneath us, Brian, and it was not fair. Once we got down there, golden floors. We had windows of crystal and of beautiful glass.
Yeah.
It was remarkable to me how distinct and different both decks were, and the fact that they limit their fans to where they can go is really interesting to me. And I don't know, if I had only seen the upper deck, I would have thought so much differently about Dodger Stadium.
Well, it's hard to be fan friendly when you limit where they go.
So true.
Yeah. Well, and it was even Okay, so we parked. You parked kind of in the ravine, and then you have to walk kind of around to where your entrance is, and they try and you can't even leave from like the different entrances. If you're at the top shelf, you have to exit on the top shelf.
Oh yeah. By the way, if there was an earthquake or any sort of natural disaster, the evacuation plan for us, no. This is the Titanic, ladies and gentlemen, and we are not the women or children. We are the last people out. Just jump off the back of the top deck if there's
You're lucky
an earthquake.
they even went over instructions, actually.
Exactly.
Which they did do. They showed everybody how to evacuate.
There was a 19 color coded like map of evacuation that they went over on the Jumbotron before the game, and we were like the last one, and of course we're like the brown color that they show, and it's like, if you people up there, if you can figure out a way to get down to one of these things, because by the way, we can only do it by elevator.
I'm pretty sure somebody said you might as well just jump. I think it was part of it.
It was ridiculous.
Well, so that being said, that's a tough 5 straight minutes of railing on it.
It wasn't railing. It was just so intriguing. It was so intriguing.
It's kind of like a backhanded compliment. Like, it's so beautiful down in the bottom.
If you've made those kind of adjustments and those kind of renovations, because clearly the ballpark was very old. Those were newly renovated areas. When do we get some of those renovations up top? That's all I'm wondering.
I don't know. Okay.
So, in any case, that was my take.
Yeah, I enjoyed the view from up there, and but I agree with all of the things that we've said. When you were entering the gates from the top shelf, you could look around back and see a great view of the city of Los Angeles, which was nice.
Very nice.
What about the 7th inning, Brian?
7th inning, not a huge fan of playing the 7th inning stretch twice.
Take me out to the ball.
Just.
We already took you out to the ball game.
We had to be taken out to the ball game one more time. So that was an odd choice musically that I didn't
usually
love.
They go to some fun dancey song to get the crowd into it. Not like they have a problem with that.
Well, it's fine, or do whatever. You don't have to do dancey song. You can play organ for more. Just don't play the song again twice.
Mm-hmm.
Very strange. But Dodger Stadium overall was pretty, I don't know.
It was clearly a classic stadium.
Very.
That's a part of baseball lore. I think, and we'll have more information on the write-up when we get it there. So
we do want to thank the Dodgers really quickly. What do you want to call him? The manager of their social media account.
Yep.
Was nice enough to come down from his job and actually show us around the ballpark a little bit. That was sort of the lower deck tour that we were talking about. That was very cool of him, and that sort of parlays into a little bit of this, not a little bit, the ridiculous Twitter following we have gathered in just the first 5 days. It has been, Game 6 now, I suppose, remarkable. So thank everybody. We want to thank absolutely everybody. The outpouring of support has been awesome. We hope you guys enjoy it. We're so happy that we can do this and sort of have you live vicariously through us if you have to, or if you can't do this on your own. It's so cool. And an example of that we wanted to point out specifically was this Twitter follower that we have at MLB Cathedrals. He's a great follower for sort of a pillar of Major League Baseball following, showing you stadiums and things like that. And we don't know him at all and never met him, know him through a text box basically kind of thing. And he's been our biggest supporter. He's been unbelievable as far as promoting us in ways that we can't even. And that's just one example of so many where we've had people offering to buy us tickets or to buy us beers or just all these awesome things. And we're losing lights.
I don't know. There we go. Okay.
And it's just one of those things where we wanted to say thank you to everybody. Anybody that watches our videos, anybody that checks the website, anything. Just, it's so cool. We're just 2 guys from Chicago. We never thought we'd have this. So
totally. Thank you, everybody out there.
So, Game 6 in the books. Game 7 tomorrow. We traverse the wonderful desert. I've actually done this drive before. It's not great.
Finally get to leave California.
Heading to Arizona. We want to also thank my brother in the back, Ryan, for his house and his hospitality, as well as his wife Tara, my sister-in-law, and my nephew Alan, who's been another huge supporter of us. So that's been awesome to hang out with them too. But so thank you, Ryan. And
no problem. My pleasure. This is fun for me too.
Yeah, good. This is your time to shine, man. What's your final sign-off?
These guys are on their fantasy trip. That's the sign-off.
Awesome. Thank you. 30and30for30.com.